y'all doing?
You don't look like you're ready.
Is she singing?
We're ready. I just need to brush my teeth after this. What y'all doing?
We're going
departing.
ashore.
Oh. Heard from the others? That's how I felt. Why don't you go check on them? Then we'll meet you at the elevators.
They're not gonna be ready.
Oh my gosh.
I just dusted y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
YouTuber.
So we're disembarking the ship. We've arrived in Bonaire. And this is my new face for now. And we're a little more hopeful about the... That's not nice, Lexi. We're a little more hopeful about the diving. But we're gonna run to the shop and see what they think and see if it's a good recommendation.
Alright, so we went to one dive shop and they told us that the diving conditions were okay for this morning. So we actually booked at a different dive shop that's in a different part of the island, right by the marine reserve. So we hopped in a taxi. We're gonna go to the other dive shop so we can get our stuff, and then hopefully everything will be okay for our dive this morning.
And that's how it's done.
Much diving with us, but the first dive we went out and then we went that way and we saw a turtle. So unfortunately we don't have that on video because I didn't have the GoPro then. We saw a turtle, we saw some giant fish, and the whole thing is just like a giant like cliff, so it's really cool. The second time we went out in that direction and we didn't see any turtles that time, but that one's interesting because it's more of like a slow embankment downwards and it's full of like industrial type things. Like we saw a tire and like old oil barrels that were all eaten up by the coral. So it was still very popular. It didn't look like it was industrialized, but you could just catch things here and there. So after all of that, we are starving. It's already well past lunchtime and we didn't get breakfast. So we are making our way to a lunch stop, just waiting for a taxi, and we'll let you see the food after we get it.
Now it's time for gelato. just finished lunch and got this delicious gelato, cookie flavor, and a blueberry cream cheese cake flavor. Perfect remedy for anything. Ahoy, matey! So after eating the delicious gelato, of which I've only had one cone, no, I'm just kidding. I splurged and had 2 cones. Now we're leisurely making our way back to the ship. We had to leave behind Lexi and Sarah because they decided to make a purchase from there.
We told them we would see them there, so hopefully we will actually see them there.
We'll see if they make it.
It looks like we're leaving in just about the right time because there's a giant storm over there around the area where we were just semi-recently diving. So Lexi and Sarah are still on their way. Let's see. They're about to leave the jewelry store. So the people down there are your fun squad. So the hot pink is Erin, she's our cruise director. Then the other people down there, they run bingo and the comedy club and some of the other games that are on the ship. So they are a high energy level at all times. They have finally arrived at the cruise port and we are pulling out of port in 5 minutes. A little too close for my cruising comfort.
So, as you can see, long story short, Eric punched me after I gave her too much sass. I'm just kidding. So ultimately, I don't know if you can tell, but I've got like bruising here. Lighting's not very good. I got bruising up here. Looks like I got punched or blood vessels broke, but essentially on our first dive, something weird was going on with my goggles to where it was putting so much pressure on my face. I felt like my eyeballs were going to pop out. So at around like, 47 feet, 47, 50 feet, I just couldn't take it anymore. So I had to go up and I did my safety stop, tried to readjust and go back down, and it still kept doing it. So I ended up having to cancel the dive early, and then I felt terrible. I felt like I was dizzy and had a bad headache, and basically I got punched in the face by the water pressure.
But that's why Aaron doesn't actually know what happened on the dives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason there's no film from the first dive, because he had the GoPro with him. So that's why we don't have the video of the turtle, unfortunately.
Yeah, no video of the turtle, unfortunately, but I did get some film, just not like what they saw. So we'll see what I can piece together. So I did some research, and what happened to me was actually due to my lack of experience with scuba diving. It's actually called mask squeeze or facial barotrauma. The gist of it is I was not equalizing the airspace in my mask. So it was creating a huge amount of suction on my eyes because I wasn't blowing through my nose as I was equalizing. But I'm going to be doing that from now on to avoid what happened.
Alright, after we got back on the boat, we took a much needed nap, and then we got ready. We're currently waiting for dinner, and hopefully we'll be let in shortly. Uneventful dinner so far. We're waiting for our entrees, although we just got flash mobs,
So after the flash mob, we finally got our food, which was absolutely delicious, as always. But because of my mask squeeze due to the scuba diving, I decided that I was going to go to bed early. I was not feeling good. It really did a number on me. So this is actually where we're ending the video.